See, in the U.S., hello everyone, actually, before I begin, but in the U.S., I used to live by Balboa Lake, Balboa Park, in Van Nuys, California. And it was nice to, get up early in the morning around 5 a.m. and go to the lake, see the wildlife, the occasional coyote, rabbits, birds, geese, duck, and sometimes even fish in the little lake, squirrels, and well, it was cool. I was living, to me, it was living the life. I had a nice apartment right there on Sepulveda and Van Nuys, and what I did is live my middle class life. I had a good job, my own business and everything. And I appreciated what I had, going, running, inside or around Balboa Lake early in the morning. It was still dark. And then at dawn, when I was climbing the little hills, I was able to see the sun rise. One of the most beautiful things, man, to see. Now, what I see is what you see right now. Old cars, dirt. It's Mexico, man. This is where I live right now. I left the country voluntarily. And, I see things from afar now. I see things, differently than I used to. I mean, when in the States we talk about the haves and the have-nots. And though, I'm doing good, I have a good job. I'm not part of the have-nots, but I can understand life from a different perspective. These streets, when I walk right now, I'm going to a rehab center. When I go visit some wonderful people, they succumb to drugs and alcohol. But I like to go there and share the word with them and give them words of encouragement. And when I walk there, I get to see the streets. I get to see life from a different perspective. This part of town in Acapulco is beautiful. When you are on Costera, which is the highway along the beach. But right here in this part of town, it's still Acapulco, but it's impoverished. There's a lot of businesses that are closed. Things that happen around here with drug trafficking and just things that shouldn't be happening, not at the level that they were happening for the past 12 years. But people still make a living. You see churches. I'm a Christian, and I go to church too. And I often think about, what it's like to live around here and what it's like to live in the States. And believe me, right now, the way it is in the States, people hiding from ICE, and even U.S. citizens are not safe from the reach and the overreach that the U.S. government is doing. This White House with Trump, I don't really want to go, back to the States. I am due, to go back soon. But I'm still, enjoying life down here. It's more peaceful. It's more relaxed. I make enough. I may not have Balboa Lake, but I have, the ocean. And most importantly, I have my family. I've got friends. And I got a connection with God that I was lacking there. I had the money, but I didn't have, Jesus in my heart. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed this walk with me. I'm in Acapulco. Reporting to you, Marcos Higuera Ortiz. Be good, never be squared. God bless. Bye-bye.